Civil Rights Act of 1964. This act was the first of many acts to try and end discrimination in America. President Lyndon B. Johnson said, "It is time now to write the next chapter and to write it in the books of law." One thing this law did to affect schools was disallow all federal funds to any organization that was being discriminatory. It put a lot of work into the hands of the Department of Education to aid schools in integrating all races into the same schools. Truly, this was a great step forward in America, especially for the education scene. If there is one way to end prejudice, I believe, it would be through educating everyone about mistakes that people have made in the past. Thanks to that, I, as a student, learned about how people had been mistreated, and as a teacher, we can teach about those moments so that our future generations won't make the same mistakes. If discrimination ends in the schools with teachers and students, then they can serve as the model to end it throughout other organizations as well. Everyone deserves opportunities and the chance to be accepted for who they are. Title IX helped females believe that they could fit in anywhere, no matter what scene it was. Sports has always been a big part of my family's life, and that goes for my three sisters as well. We all took advantage of opportunities to represent our school as athletes. I can't really imagine my sisters not having that opportunity, but they have Title IX to thank for that. It was definitely not the longest law ever written, as it simply states, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation or be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." From the mouth of Madeleine Albright, Secretary of State, came, "The bottom line is it made a huge difference in terms of the way that girls and women see each other as competing on equal field and winning." Not only did this change female student athletes' opportunities and perspectives, but it also opened more doors to female teachers to believe they had every chance to land jobs that the men were applying for. Even the culture of schools changed, knowing that male and females deserved all the same opportunities. The way Title IX empowered women in all fields such as business, science, engineering, and even teaching shows us the importance of this law. The last policies that I'd like to talk about are the ESSA, or Every Child Succeeds Act, and the Global Partnership for Education. Since December of 2015 in America, we have had the Every Child Succeeds Act. I heard President Obama say during his speech before signing this law that high standards, accountability, closing the achievement gap, making sure every child was learning, not just some. To me, that is one characteristic of a quality education, when everyone who participates can learn. Luckily, the US has high standards and the resources to reach its goals. I also wanted to look at where the world is as a whole with education. As someone who didn't grow up in the US, I wanted to look at the Global Partnership for Education. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights says every girl and every boy should have the right to a quality education. Humanium.org also tells us that 72 million children of primary education age are not in school. That creates a need for a lot more schools and teachers in a lot of countries to help those kids become students in a quality education system. Let's look at some research to see why this is worth the investment. Reduce poverty. How? 12% of the world's poverty would disappear if every single student in low-income countries were able to achieve regular reading levels. Globalpartnership.org tells us that. What about educating girls? This equals educating future mothers. One thing educated mothers can do is raise healthy families, because they're less likely to be malnourished and most likely to be vaccinated. We also have in sub-Saharan Africa, approximately 1.8 million children's lives could be saved if their mothers had at least secondary education, just because of disease and common sense to us of health. Each year that a girl spends in school can up the amount she earns from 10 to 20%. Just completing secondary education drops the chances of girls having child marriages by more than 60%. Growing up in a country where I have seen kids giving birth to babies makes that meaningful. It would be fun to see them live a life a little first before they have to care for another one. I have been very encouraged by these laws and policies that have changed our education landscape. Truly, I am thankful to be in a school where I have international students from all over the world who feel accepted and welcomed in the classroom. And I also feel privileged that I get to coach sports teams, girls sports teams, in the middle school and high school level, so that young girls can also dream their dreams and inspire to be anything in this world that they want to be. And it's because of the 1964 Act, and it's because of the Title IX that these kids have those opportunities, and I'm thankful for the people that put the time and energy to make the classroom and the education scene what it is today.